Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Is this the moment when the disintegration of the United States of America was ignited? I'm talking about the riots in Los Angeles, in California. When I came here more than 20 years ago, it took me about 2 years to predict that within 15 years or 20 years, there will be a civil war in this country. When I started realizing that we have people who really push for that and people who would really like to have that happen. So what's going on in California right now is very simple. Not simplistic. It's very simple to understand. And I will give you a little summary of what actually is going on over there. And I'm going to have here about 20 articles ready for you to show you how we have people who are supposed to enforce the law, right? Protect the Constitution and all that. Each and every baboon who becomes a governor, which is a president of a state, let's put it this way, swears allegiance to the Constitution of the state, which is, yes, to respect the law, the Constitution, whatever's over there, the human rights of each individual. But no, they take a side actually to, I will explain to whom. You can't riot and don't expect the police to show up. You fight them, you resist arrest if you're rioting. Again, that's extra. That is, I don't know what's so hard to understand that. I will give you a short history in a moment. Let me just go over all these articles where we have the Trump sent the Marines in, Gavin Newsom, the, how do you want to call him, president of California, the, the governor of California, he sees that as an attack to democracy. Curfew was imposed in Los Angeles. These guys violate the curfew, destroy more property, and there are people who say this is protest. But we have laws. And how did they start? How? Some legal agency of the federal government, ICE, enforcing the law, which is picking up people who entered a property, on a property uninvited, that is trespassing. And you have some good people who say, okay, some people say no. And let me wave some flags. Why do you wave the flag? Go there? You came from there. Are you supporting that? Why? Is this the Azlan? Is this the La Raza? Well, we can go to that one. But let me start with the beginning here. This comes from New Voice of Ukraine. U.S. planning to send thousands of undocumented migrants, including Ukrainians, to Guantanamo without notifying their governments. You see, from the very beginning, you find out that the United States is planning to send thousands of undocumented migrants. I think that's incorrect. What do you mean undocumented migrants? How did they get here? Did they illegally cross the border, entered my territory? You're not undocumented. You are illegally located on a private property of the United States of America. What's so hard? Now, if I drive a car and a police officer stops me for whatever reason and he asks for my identification, my documents, and I don't have them, can he consider me undocumented migrant? Can they? Am I undocumented? No, they're not. They tried to switch it. Undocumented. No, not undocumented. That's not what it is. Next one. And you're going to send them to Guantanamo without notifying their governments. Well, I'm pretty sure this is an exaggeration. They will notify their governments after they transfer them over there. If abuse occurs, obviously I'm against it. Abuse meaning not, taking and throwing you in a cell. Not like that. Not that one. But some people, settling scores, like in the Soviet Union by NKVD. Remember those guys? The commissars, they were settling scores. What do you think what's his name, Stalin, the Georgian dictator. He knew all those 20 million that allegedly he took care of. Do you think there were lists put in front of him that he was signing? Did he know all the people on the list? No. Those, if there was a commissar, wanted your property or whatever you had, you wanted to get rid of you, he'll put you on the list. He had the power. They will grab you and take you to gulags. We're getting there? I think so. Guantanamo? Well, Guantanamo was supposed to be closed. What is Guantanamo? Where is Guantanamo? Is it in Cuba? What is Guantanamo doing over there? But hey, Russia is the imperialistic power, isn't it? Next. This is from Sputnik. Trump suspects professional masterminds behind Los Angeles protesters. Me too. There are professionals who want to actually, I would say, break the United States of America. All right, so what's going on over here? This is what he says. U.S. President Donald Trump believes that the protests in Los Angeles have been financed and organized by professionals, vowing that the Department of Justice will track down the mastermind. Well, don't track down, find them out and then expose him. Like, for instance, Epstein's list. All right, and I'm quoting, these guys are professionals. They aren't amateurs. Somebody is financing them. We're going to find out, though, or through U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Department of Justice, who it is. Who is financing all this equipment? Very professional. Trump said in an address to the military and veterans at Fort Bragg on Tuesday. Question. What if you find out it's George Soros? What if you find out it's an NGO owned by Mr. Bernstein? Or Mr. Fleischer? Or Leibovitz? Would you do anything about it? I guarantee you he would not. He was like, oh my God, what can we do? We got the wrong people here. You know what I mean, wrong people. So I'm afraid he's going to find out and he's going to do nothing because those people own him. So let's move to the next one. Actually, I saw something right here. Full-blown assault on peace. Yeah. All right. Let's go to this one. Russia Today. Curfew imposed in Los Angeles following days of riots. Do you know what a curfew is? It's a legal order. That means you cannot be outside without a certain kind of purpose, and you can be your documents could be verified at 7 o'clock p.m. They consider that unless you go to work and you prove that you go to work, that's a curfew. You know, like in kindergarten or at home, curfew tonight. You go to bed at 9 o'clock. Oh, too late, 6 o'clock. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to do this in order to make sure that the society functions as it should. So enforce the law. And these guys are doing what with the rioters? U.S. cities brace for more protests as part of Los Angeles placed under curfew. Now, you see these guys refer to the rioters as protesters. And they give you this little peaceful protest. See? That's what they do. That's not what it is. And with an American flag over there. No. That's deceiving. Look at the pictures with people burning property, putting police cars upside down, blowing them up with a Mexico flag. I saw that many. Why do you wave a Mexican flag anyway? Is that a football game or what? You know, but the more protests. Next one. Riots over immigration raids in LA continue despite curfew. And this is what peaceful protest is over there. So when you're going to hear protest, no, there's no protest. These guys have to be caught, apprehended. All right, more protest. And this picture versus reality. I'm not saying there might not be people like this, which I doubt. You see how diverse they are? Yes, yeah. Okay, next one. U.S. Marines arrive in LA. Thank God. California governor warns democracy under assault. Hey, batch. First, you have the duty to make sure that your community is safe. And you are supposed to enforce the law, which you're not. First, I'm against 100% about the so-called, how they call them, cities, where they can hang out. Whenever I have a conversation here, it's like I forget, how do you call that, the cities? Jesus Christ. Sanctuary cities. God damn it. So the sanctuary cities. And I disagree with that. What do you mean? The immigration will not being forced in sanctuary cities. What do you mean? You're illegally here? Go through the process. If it's determined that you stay, you stay. If it's determined that you are blah, 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 out. That's how I would do. That's the law. It's not me just because I'm a bad guy. The things are very easy, very simple, very simple. So again, he says that the democracy under assault. No, they come to do your job. That's why they came here, governor, to do your job that you're not doing. California governor says Trump is sowing more chaos by ordering Marines in LA. What do you mean? That means these guys who are the peaceful protesters will just be more upset because the law is enforced and enforce the law. God damn it! Now here, USA Today, 700 Marines heading to the LA for riot assistance. Newsom calls move deranged fantasy of Trump. Well, no. The riots must be put down. Next, with Washington Post, Trump defends sending troops to LA. Newsom warns democracy is under assault. Yeah, because you're not enforcing the law. Next, let me show you this baboon. Deadline, Jon Stewart weighs in on LA protest, says Trump is escalating. He's escalating. Not the to distract from Elon Musk's Epstein accusation. Pretty and petulant man babies. Okay, this guy is how do you call that? A jackal, and he's talking about trying to distract. Jon Stewart tries to distract. What's his name? Let's start with his distraction. His name is not Jon Stewart. It's Jonathan Stewart Leibovitz. Hey boy, you try to distract, and he blames Trump tries to distract from that. No. You've been distracting and hiding all your freaking... Since I know you as Jon Stewart. No, that's your name. You're Mr. Leibovitz. But you're distracting us. Oh, Stewart. Oh, he must be British. Isn't he English to make it like that? Next one. I always dislike this baboon right here. So, after LA Trump hard launches new First Amendment, only MAGA can protest. Opinion. So this person, Rex all right? USA Today allows his opinion, would not allow mine, but he says that after this, Trump will have the First Amendment, only MAGA can protest. I remember when only the George Floyd guys could protest, and we, the rest of us, could not. Go into the, let's say, state of Michigan, and try over there when they have have the DI and garbage over there. Mandatory, by the way. What is that? What if I don't want to participate? It's mandatory. So you've been doing this for about 4 years. Only certain groups can speak against other groups, and the other groups are supposed to be doing what? Take it like bitches? Exactly, that's what it is. So don't give me this. Only MAGA can protest. You said so many baboonish things in the past, my friends. I'm talking about the operatives, and this is a guy with an opinion. Okay, I'm okay. You can have that opinion, but only MAGA can protest. That's not a protest. That's a riot. Hey, Huckabee, what's his name? Those are riots. They're not protests and not peaceful at all. Did you see the pictures and the videos? And then they try to do this. Look at this title from Los Angeles, from Associated Press. LA protests. Far different from 92 Rodney King's riots. So in 92, there were riots, but these are protests. You got it? So let me show you a picture. Where's this is just a protest, all right? Why do you burn the police officer's car? What was that called? Vandalism? And not only, remember, but they call it protest. No, this is an immigration thing. And unfortunately, you waited too long to enforce the law. There are too many. And now La Raza might fulfill its wish. The state of Aztlan, the country. And then what? Well, I personally would give California or take care of it in a different way, but I can't say it here on YouTube. And this is something that Trump said a while ago regarding those guys who were rioting then. George Floyd, remember this is from The Hill. Oh my God, this guy is already here. He's an operative. He pretended that he was fired, but he has, yeah, okay. Trump asked about shooting protesters in the legs or something after George Floyd's death. This is what he said. And again, can't you just shoot them? Question mark. Former defense secretary says Trump wanted violence against Floyd protesters because they were just protesters. They were just protesting. Do you remember those times? There were some peaceful protests, but I saw some very bad things in Seattle, Washington, in Minnesota, in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. Those are not peaceful protests, so that's what he was referring to. And when they say shoot them, he didn't mean live ammunition. He lived with and you say, oh my God, that's awful. How can you stop it? If I'm a resident of, let's say, Seattle, Washington, and people riot and destroy property, I would like to have the right to defend my property, and I will. But why should I? Don't I pay taxes to the baboons to take care of it? No. And you have our elected officials saying that, no, let the guys, they're just upset a little bit. They're frustrated for past discrimination. Fuck that. I'm frustrated every day. What am I supposed to do? Go and get his property or burn his property because I'm frustrated? Yeah, you maybe do this in other areas on this planet, but not here. But hey, you got them here, now deal with them. Who brought them here? Oh, inclusivity, diversity, 1965. Wasn't that beautiful bill done by, you remember him? Immigration, switch immigration. We're going to have these people because they're all the same. But if they're all the same, why do you stop the other guys but you import these guys? I'm okay with controlled immigration, very much, but you pick the right ones. You make sure that you bring something that you benefit out of. No, oh, everybody come over here. That's not the spirit of America, bring me the poor and all that. Well, things change, right? Things change. You can accept on a boat a certain number of people, after which the boat will sink. What are you going to do? Still accept them because they're poor? We have 7 billion people on this planet. USA is 330. How much you think could get here? 2 million? 2 billion? 5 billion? How many more? Organized, disciplined, smart immigration process. You cross the border illegally, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing over here? What's going on? And I'm not going to give you, in 6 months you show up at whatever in front of a court and we'll determine there. First, we discuss with you outside. Where you enter, out, immediately out. I'm going to have some centers set up over there with the Mexicans. This is where you're going to keep them. And we're going to find out if they have a valid point to come here. You don't come in my house, go in my bed, sleep over there, go in my refrigerator, drink all my wine, and then you do what? Well, I'm here. What are you going to do? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Look over there. Out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Oh, let me tell you the easy, simple situation we have. We have a country. And this little country, okay? This little country, present. This little country was, some people enter in this country. This country is a private property, okay? And has laws by the people who live on this country, on this property, okay? They have laws over there. And some people want to get in. And they don't wait for the laws of these guys. They disrespect the laws. That is, you can't enter. They say, fuck you, I'm entering anyway. So disrespect the population and enter. And once they're over there, say, you can't get me out. Well, guess what? The laws of these people in this country says, we can't get you out because the law allows us. And now they try to enforce the law. And you have not only the guys who write, I don't want to go anywhere after I invaded here, but people like them, maybe US citizens at this time, or maybe not, they say, oh, poor people, no, they should stay here. Why? They broke the law. It's not only you. I mean, we have laws or we don't have laws. You can't just pick and choose. And then you riot because of that. There's going to be double smack or triple smack from me at least. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yes, send the Marines, clean the rooms, clean the streets, and make sure everybody goes and takes care of respecting Constitution. That's all. Abuses occur always. People who committed abuse should be prosecuted. Clear. You touch a police officer, you're out. You're out. Yeah, out meaning, who the hell are you? We're going to arrest you. We're going to give you food and shelter and so on. And then you're out, regardless who you are. I'm out. If you're illegal here, you're just going to go to prison, obviously, for resisting arrest or for destroying property. As many charges can be brought against these guys. Yes, I am for a organized and disciplined society. I understand certain things could be pushed too far, being too organized and too disciplined, but this is the other extreme. In my house, you enter and then you fight me. because my rules, I try to, you don't want to respect my rules. You want to make me adopt you? I don't want to adopt you. Get out. Or maybe I want to adopt you. What can you do? Is your mouth, anyway, cold or warm? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.